Jay-Z is setting Diddy up.
Jay's definitely.
Jay helped you?
Yeah.
How did you
As a competitor.
explain it?
Yeah, because he never was someone that you communicate with that you're like friends with the person. But I always respected him because he was never an actual competitor in actual fact. He was someone who was a competitor through perception.
How close was Diddy and Jay-Z? They was close enough that they wasn't playing basketball, they wasn't playing baseball, they wasn't playing football, and they wasn't playing hockey or soccer for Diddy to come on stage, pat him on his and then make a statement to people in the world that can't nobody call me Sean but Jay-Z.
And B was, one time she jumped off of the ledge. Came running over because she thought me and Jay had issues. And I was like, what? And I was like, did she really just jump down and run over here like that?
Beyonce jumped off a ledge.
Yeah, what happened? It was in the Cosmopolitan, huh?
Right. She really a superhero.
She jumped down and no, she was like, this what? Like that Bonnie and Clyde for real? You try this or what, boy? I'm here.
Word.
She sound like at me. She looked, I said,
Was Solange with her?
she looked at me like that.
What started as a confusing clip quickly turned into something much bigger online. Short, unclear moments were replayed, analyzed, and exaggerated, even though no one could clearly explain what they were seeing. That uncertainty opened the door for speculation, and from there, old stories and unfinished rumors resurfaced. This new wave began linking past gossip, recent controversies, and long-standing claims into one expanding narrative. At the center of that conversation now is 50 Cent, a figure known for openly challenging what he believes are protected circles within the entertainment industry. His past criticism has included Diddy, but recent remarks suggest his focus may be widening. According to his own hints, the discussion no longer centers on one individual. It now appears to extend toward other high-profile figures such as Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Oprah Winfrey, three of the most influential names in modern entertainment. These are individuals who have been discussed in public conversations for years, but rarely referenced in a direct or serious way. The shift began when 50 Cent suggested that additional material exists connected to the same environment highlighted in the Diddy documentary. He implied that the project was only the beginning, not the full picture. One short phrase he shared online quickly gained attention and spread across social media, leading many viewers to speculate about who it was aimed at. Fans began drawing their own conclusions, asking why certain names were being mentioned now and why this moment followed so closely after the documentary's release. Much of that speculation points back to long-standing talk about a tightly connected inner circle within the industry, made up of powerful figures whose paths crossed frequently through business, events, and elite spaces. Public photos, partnerships, and shared appearances were pulled back into circulation as people searched for patterns. Still, it's important to note that suggestion is not confirmation. While 50 Cent has implied that broader connections are being examined, no verified evidence has been publicly released and no formal actions have been announced. For now, the story remains one of speculation driven by timing, association, and public curiosity rather than confirmed facts.
Were private conversations, and that he and Diddy could talk openly, and Mark could talk to Diddy not just as a client but as a person and tried to guide him in a time leading up to his arrest. And unbeknownst to Mark Agnifilo, Diddy has got this guy recording the conversation as he's sitting there saying, "You are screwing this up. You are messing up this case. We're losing." And knowing that that's on tape, and it's almost like he's performing for the camera and not telling Mark what's going on. And the really enraging part about it is that Mark Agnifilo won this case for Diddy with legal strategy. It wasn't just an accident that this jury that had heard all of this in the news before the trial voted not guilty on all the serious charges. It was Mark Agnifilo that did that. Yet Diddy secretly records this guy and embarrasses him. And yeah, you could say, well, Diddy never expected that it would end up being broadcast somewhere else. Well, okay, but Diddy was planning on using it, or he wouldn't have had it recorded in the first place. So it's just really, really unfair. And I know that in a way this sounds crazy, that I'm getting so upset about Diddy, and yet there's video of Diddy beating Cassie. Well, that's horrendous, but that doesn't mean you can't look at something else as well. And I just think, as a lawyer, I just think this is just so outrageous that he would do something like this, and not even understanding what Agnifalo's legal theory was. Because I will tell you that when we did our first documentary on Diddy, which was 8 months before the trial, Mark Agnifalo said to me on camera that he is going to tell this jury that this was a successful black man that prosecutors were trying to take down because they couldn't get into his bank accounts because they were clean, and he couldn't deal with they couldn't deal with taxes because he wasn't committing tax fraud. So they go into his bedroom. And that's what Mark Agnifalo said 8 months before. And he goes into the trial and he essentially wins that argument. Whether you believe it or not, a jury that sat through the whole thing, they believed it. And ultimately they convicted him on this BS Mann Act thing. So Diddy won that case. And one of the reasons he won the case is something that Agnifalo got criticized for. That when he did the documentary with me, he was making a joke about the baby oil. Remember, he said, oh, well, I didn't know he bought in bulk. He must have bought 1,000 bottles at Costco. And a lot of people just slammed him for that and said, how dare you? You're being disrespectful. The baby oil is the smoking gun in this case. Agnifalo knew all along that the baby oil was Diddy's best defense, because when Agnifalo got before that jury in closing arguments, he looked at them and he said, well, the feds came in with their armor and artillery and guns. And what did they do? They got 1,000 bottles of baby oil off the streets. Ooh, he said, the streets are safer now. And the jury laughed. And that laugh told Agnifalo he should keep going on that. And that the trial itself was absurd because the baby oil.
Viewers also revisited earlier moments when 50 Cent suggested that certain powerful figures in entertainment protect one another behind the scenes. Those past remarks gained renewed attention, especially given his history of claiming that influence and status can shield entire circles from scrutiny. That context matters now, because 50 Cent has shown he is willing to bring private matters into the public eye. His documentary on Diddy reached a global audience, setting a precedent that made people take his recent comments seriously. So when he hinted that others could be next, the reaction was immediate. To understand why those words carried weight, it helps to look at the long-standing dynamic between 50 Cent and Jay-Z. Their connection dates back to the early 2000s and was competitive from the start. Industry insiders have long recalled moments where Jay-Z discouraged collaboration with 50 during his rise. Public remarks and lyrics at the time reinforced that tension. From there, their paths split in very different directions. Jay-Z built influence quietly, expanding into business, partnerships, sports ventures, and high-level relationships. 50 Cent took a different route, growing his brand through television, entrepreneurship, and direct public commentary. They represent two contrasting approaches to power, one rooted in discretion, the other in confrontation. That contrast is why people pay attention when 50 speaks. His reputation for being outspoken makes his warnings hard to ignore, even when details remain.
50 Cent has set his sights on someone new after the Diddy Netflix documentary. If you aren't aware, 50 Cent has been getting insane feedback from the Netflix documentary he made on Diddy. Sean Combs' The Reckoning is what it's called, and it's #1 all over Netflix, beating even Stranger Things. Diddy himself has responded to it, saying the stories are false, of course, denying everything, and even trying to do a cease and desist on the Netflix documentary. And after this Diddy documentary, a lot of people have been wondering who's the next person that deserves to get exposed. And Jay-Z is the one that a lot of people are pointing their finger at. And the reason why Jay-Z has been getting a lot of this type of backlash is because Jay-Z was really close to Diddy. At one point, Diddy was even calling him his brother, and that Jay-Z's the only one that can call him his real name, Sean, that maybe there's something on Jay-Z's side that has been going on behind the scenes. Now, there hasn't been any solid proof yet, but Nicki Minaj has been going at Jay-Z for quite some time, talking about Jay-Z is manipulative and he steals, and he's been pushing a narrative, and that Roc Nation has control and power over a lot of things. And I can kind of understand where she's coming from to a certain extent. We got to remember when Jay-Z went up on the Grammy stage and said Beyonce never won Album of the Year and complained about that. Literally the following year, Beyonce wins Album of the Year, which is just something like, if that doesn't show you that there is some power going on there, that there is something behind the scenes that Jay-Z controls, it's clear as day that it's all politics on who wins Grammys, you know, who gets the better light and things. So that kind of opened my eyes, you know, as to Roc Nation's power and how they manipulate things in the media. I'll never forget, Jay-Z would get this like special treatment all the time when it comes to the media. I mean, Hot 97, when they interviewed Jay-Z, they literally rolled out a red carpet. They never did that for any other artist. So Jay-Z's always had this kind of special treatment when it came to things. But now the question is Jay-Z involved in crazier things? I mean, there's been a lot of speculation in a lot of different ways, and people are pointing their attention towards 50 Cent wanting him to do a Jay-Z documentary. And it looks like he might actually do it, because on Instagram, he posted a drawing of Jay-Z that kind of makes fun of his looks. And he posted that photo and he said this in the caption: "Please stop sending me stuff like this. I'm not going to post it." Basically making a joke, you know, because obviously he posted it on his social media. But, and here's the interesting but in this, is someone commented on the post, and the comment got liked by 50 Cent. And this is the comment. It's from Dom KMDA. I hope I pronounced that right. Dom Kanada. He commented saying, "My only question, he's next, isn't he?" And 50 ended up liking that comment. And here's the thing. I actually saw this on Twitter and X, you know, whatever, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. And I wanted to confirm, is this real? Because a lot of people Photoshop these type of things just to create drama and create this speculation. So I actually DM'd the guy himself, and I showed him the photo, and I asked him, "Hey, is this a real photo? Did 50 like your comment?" He said, "Hey, yes, he did." And I was like, perfect. Thank you for confirming. Thought it was Photoshopped. I will appreciate the response. And he said, "I was surprised as well. Didn't see that coming." So shout out to him for, you know, responding to my DM and confirming that, you know, the comment actually got liked by 50, because, you know, a lot of people Photoshop and spread narratives. So me being the proper journalist, or whatever you want to call me, news reporter, I, you know, wanted to go get to the source and see if it was actually real. There's also something that's very interesting that went over a lot of people's heads, and that's the documentary coming out on December 2nd. That Diddy documentary coming out on that date. Literally 2 days later, you have Jay-Z's birthday, December 4th, which to me sends a subliminal message to Jay-Z that you're next. So that's crazy. That just, to me, you know, shows that 50 is potentially gonna work on something going at Jay-Z, and he might get Nicki Minaj involved, because Nicki Minaj has a huge issue with Jay-Z with a lot of things, and I don't even know the full details of that, because she's gone at Jay-Z for quite some time.
As the years went on, Jay-Z continued building relationships with other highly influential figures across entertainment and corporate spaces. Those connections included Diddy, Oprah Winfrey, and individuals linked to major business networks. Over time, whenever 50 Cent believed certain stories were being quietly overlooked, he often reacted indirectly, through sarcasm, short posts, or vague online comments. Until now, however, he had never openly signaled that Jay-Z himself could be affected. This moment stands out because it marks the first time 50 has suggested he possesses material that could involve the Carter family. That change caught attention because 50 Cent is known for following through when he claims to have information. When he references documents, recordings, or detailed accounts, he typically makes them public. That reputation is what pushed Jay-Z and Beyonce into the center of online discussion almost overnight. From there, attention expanded to Oprah Winfrey. Many questioned why her name suddenly entered conversations alongside Jay-Z, Beyonce, and the broader Diddy-related fallout. The explanation traces back to older accusations that resurfaced, combined with 50 Cent's long-running criticism of Oprah's public influence. Over the years, 50 has argued that she applies scrutiny unevenly, particularly during moments of widespread accountability in the entertainment world. He has pointed to her focus on certain high-profile cases while remaining silent on others, and he has repeatedly referenced past projects and alliances to support that view. He has also publicly mentioned that she once declined to feature him in an interview, a moment he has never forgotten. Together, these past tensions help explain why her name has now been pulled into the wider conversation.
Oprah, Epstein, he was running with that whole crew. They want to know how we're going to do it, how the public is going to take him. Is the public going to let him back in? And the public is not. The public is already canceling him. I don't believe the industry has canceled him yet. All those people who went to those Diddy parties, not one of them had came out and denounced what he has done. I haven't heard one of them. I have not heard one person denounce, well, man, let God handle it. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here with that. If that was your daughter, would you let God handle it? All those people, they ain't denounced him. They ain't definitely, they can't come forward and say, yo, I support them. Because it would mess up their brand. It would mess up their brand. Jay-Z, we the only one could call each other Sean. Jay is the only one could call me Sean. I'm the only one could call him Sean. Get the hell out of here. If that ain't no fun boy stuff, but you ain't had not one person, brother, not one person sit there, denounce what he did, or come forward and say, I support.
The conversation doesn't stop there. Over the years, renewed criticism has surfaced around how Oprah Winfrey has interacted with several black entertainers. Ludacris has said that during an interview, his comments were edited in a way he felt misrepresented him, while he was also challenged over rap culture despite appearing to promote a mainstream film. Dave Chappelle has shared that Oprah framed his struggles as personal instability rather than acknowledging the pressure he was facing at the time. And Monique has long claimed that her career opportunities declined after Precious, a situation she has publicly linked to Oprah's influence. Taraji P. Henson later spoke about receiving far less compensation than expected for her role in The Color Purple. 50 Cent has openly supported many of these criticisms, arguing they point to a larger pattern. Separately, the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa faced scrutiny following reported incidents in 2007 and 2011, which led to public debate and institutional reviews. More recently, online spaces have circulated extreme and unfounded theories attempting to connect Oprah to unrelated events. Most of these claims have been debunked, though the discussion has lingered online. Against that backdrop, some fans now believe that Oprah could be a future focus of 50 Cent criticism, especially after he suggested that unexpected figures within the industry may soon face scrutiny. What fuels that belief is the long-standing overlap between influential figures. Oprah has interviewed Beyonce multiple times and publicly praised the Carters' growth and impact. Jay-Z has appeared at events tied to Oprah's initiatives, and she has supported several of his projects. Beyonce has also performed at high-profile charity events linked to Oprah's broader network. In an industry built on relationships, these repeated intersections have become part of the larger public conversation.
Why Beyonce didn't want to speak and does not speak to Brandy. And the truth of the matter is, there she go back there with Monica and Kelly, and there go Patti LaBelle, and then there goes Solange, all right? And there's a reason why Solange is around as well. Because if you guys don't know, for a while, Solange and Beyonce actually were not on speaking terms, but they're back talking now, they're back cool, and basically Solange is around to keep Beyonce spiritually protected. Solange is the spiritual protector of that family. Don't get it twisted. Mama Tina is powerful. Solange is the most powerful list. You better ask some damn body. All right. Now, the reason why Beyonce ain't came to speak to Brandy, baby, is because Beyonce does not talk to anyone who used to sleep with Jay-Z. Okay. Whether you guys know it or not, and I have to say allegedly, right? Jay-Z and Brandy used to talk back in the day. And by back in the day, I mean like late 90s type stuff, right? Brandy always kept Jay-Z on the low back in the day because, quite honestly, he was too ugly to be out in public with. I'm just keeping it real. To claim him publicly, he was too ugly back in the day. Now, when you try to search up pictures of Jay-Z and Brandy, you will find... Hold up, let me see. Hold up. Let me see, because I thought I had a picture of them two. Brandy and Jay-Z. Now this would have been from let's see, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Brandy and Jay-Z. Okay, there we go. Now this picture of them was in 2002. All right. And this was, I think was at one of her album release parties, if I'm not mistaken. This was a year after Moesha rap, because Moesha went off air in 2001. Yes, he was dealing with Beyonce at the time as well. And, Blue Cantrell, he was, let me say, Jay-Z was laying it low and spreading it wide. Jay-Z was one of those dudes in the industry that, you know, you messed around with, he piped you down. But before he was really him, you did not claim him publicly because he was just simply too ugly. It was what it was. But Jay-Z was in love with Brandy then. He's not in love with her now, but he still has love and feelings towards her. He's one of those people that feels like once he done had you and once he done loved you, he always feels like he has like possession over you. Jay-Z is one of those kind of men, baby. I don't know if they told you. Jay-Z is extremely jealous, extremely controlling, and extremely possessive. That's another reason why. Hold up. Where'd the picture go? Wait a minute. Where'd the picture go? That's another reason why Beyonce up here. Wait. Anyway, y'all get the point. That's another reason why Beyonce, over the years, a lot of the music that she's made, it's always been with him. A lot of the remixes, it's always been with him or somebody that he approves of her to work with. Okay. Jay-Z was so damn controlling, he didn't even want her father, talking about Matthew Knowles now, he didn't want her father managing her anymore, and he stepped in. And if y'all notice, when Jay-Z stepped in as Beyonce's manager, the music changed, everything changed, and the money started to get effed up. But that's another story for another day. We're not getting on that right now. We're sticking with Brandy and Jay-Z right now. So they started messing around on the low in the 90s. Even to the early 2000s, they were still messing around. I'm not exactly sure which year the relationship officially ended, but just know that Jay-Z was just basically good for, that was what he gave. He gave big, I don't know no other way to put it, but he was like, for the ladies that's watching, you know, like if you ever dealt with like a tall, ugly with big pipe, you went to him to get piped down, but you would not like ever like claim him like that because he was just super ugly. He was what it was. And before he really blew up, didn't nobody want to be seen with him like that. It is what it is. And quite frankly, Jay-Z dated a lot of your favorite female stars from back in the day, but they would not claim him publicly.
Diddy and Jay-Z also shared a long professional history. They worked together on music, appeared side by side at high-profile events, and operated within the same exclusive social and business spaces. Many observers believe these elite circles exchange information, resources, and access through close personal networks. This is the type of environment that 50 Cent has suggested may now be under growing scrutiny. Adding to that conversation, Ray J recently claimed that several high-profile figures connected to Diddy were feeling uneasy about unreleased material. He suggested that some well-known names were working to create distance as public attention intensified. As these discussions spread, Jay-Z and Beyonce were frequently mentioned, not because of any formal allegations, but because of their proximity to the same gatherings, award shows, investment ventures, private events, and inner layers of entertainment power. In an industry built on shared spaces and overlapping influence, association alone has become enough to draw attention, even without evidence of wrongdoing.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. No, those trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that? Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he didn't show up.
He has like 20 now. He had like 18 since he's been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. After that, he got some shit. He's like drinking. His pictures with him like thinks the cop.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades.
Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Right? You were connected to the biggest.
Jay got it for the music. Jay got it for the music.
You didn't sing.
He deserved those.
I'm sitting there, it's like this, like Black excellence. They're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch. Like,
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you this year. Yeah. Come on, bro.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
He just looking at his watch during the whole Rock Nation break. Like, is it 3:30?
Yeah, it's almost time to get out. Yo, I feel like I'm normal again. Get me out of here.
Oh wow! So that's the deal he signed, huh?
Yeah, that's the deal. Like, the other ones didn't count as much as that one did.
Oh, yeah, before I forget this, we talked about Jay. Proximity to Diddy. You don't think he knew anything? He's seemingly around Diddy a lot.
That was a real suburb question.
I know, right?
Proximity. And the proximity.
Proximity. That's an SAT hit parade word. I learned that.
Jim, do you think you knew all of the shit that was going on? Then I was like
I don't want to incriminate myself.
I know, but the way he said it,
like I said,
no matter how you answer that, you snitching.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a nice kind of question.
You asked the question like a fan.
Hey, I grew up with white people, but one thing I know is how to get a black guy in trouble.
But it's a great question.
Yo, just give him the Happy Meal before you ask him to snitch, bro.
He said, damn, they wasn't even drinking.
Speaking of, how the hell you pronounce
Leshimendua.
Okay.
It's the King's Path.
King's Path.
Because I know Branson.
Yeah.
That's the one I pronounce.
That's the Branson lifestyle. You're gonna be outside.
Biff, you're not worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't have that in my past.
Everybody got a little bit. Like, not that it's real or not.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I didn't give her a drink so she forget what the.
This is why 50 Cent's warning is being taken seriously. It isn't rooted in random talk. It's grounded in long-standing connections. Connections that link past controversies involving Oprah, ongoing scrutiny around Diddy, Jay-Z's decision to stay quiet, and Beyonce's carefully managed public image into a fragile web of influence. 50 Cent has made it clear that industry status no longer discourages him. He has openly said he intends to challenge systems he believes have operated without accountability. Many assumed the documentary's impact would stop with Diddy, but the ripple effect has been much wider. Anyone who worked closely with him, appeared at private gatherings, or moved within the same circles is now facing closer public attention. That includes performers, executives, creatives, and even figures connected to broader institutions. When 50 Cent hinted that additional projects are on the way, reactions shifted across the industry. Not because of confirmed wrongdoing, but because of uncertainty. His reputation for thorough research has prompted renewed caution. Legal teams have reportedly revisited past matters. Public relations strategies have quietly changed. Some public figures have stepped back from certain appearances, while older images and associations have slowly disappeared from public view. Those quiet adjustments have only fueled more questions. The documentary highlighted a repeated pattern of troubling conduct, which some individuals later said they noticed signs of at the time. That leaves the conversation at a crossroads. Who was aware of concerning behavior, and who chose not to address it when it mattered?
Sean Combs' The Reckoning, the 50 Cent Diddy doc. First and foremost, we've been talking about this thing, Jack, for going on 2 years now, and once again, thank you for even being, I guess you could say, a beacon during this whole conversation, as far as kind of spreading light on a lot of things that go down in the industry that, you know, the normal person may not even see or hear about, that happens in the day-to-day. Did you really think 50 Cent, when he first mentioned it, that there was an actual documentary being worked on?
Well, see, this is the thing. I can believe that it was happening. At what purpose? See, and that's the thing. Like, my opinion about all of this stuff is so much different than your average person's, and my outlook is so much different than your average person's. Did I believe that it was possible? Absolutely. Why wouldn't he be able to do a documentary? Why wouldn't he be able to bring in Alexandria to come and put this together? Like, the woman who directed this, she doesn't even seem to have a background in hip hop at all.
That makes sense.
So it's like, yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. I mean, for crying out loud, Diddy sent him freak off videos.
True. Very true.
Interviews
very true.
about it.
Did you feel that just 50 Cent's name being attached to it again? These are two, as everyone knows, the three names in hip hop are Jay-Z, Diddy, 50 Cent, when it comes to the status of where you could get as a business or a brand.
I guess so.
So for the top three individuals, for one to go at the other and release this doc, I don't know, what does that say to again, I keep asking about the hip hop state of things. What does that say to hip hop? Like, are we our own downfall? I guess I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It all depends on what you consider hip hop. Like, I don't consider any of this debauchery, any of this animalistic crap. I don't consider any of this hip hop. I grew up in hip hop. You know, I know what hip hop culture is, and it's none of this stuff that people are selling.
I mean, when did it stop being hip hop? We're going to go through the documentary itself, but when did it stop?
It stopped being hip hop when it became corporatized. It stopped being hip hop when certain groups of people saw that they could use it to influence the mass public. When people saw how influential hip hop was, it became very clear. Once upon a time, not long ago, where people wore pajamas and lived life, you know, the laws were stern and justice stood, and people were behaving like they ought to good. There lived a little boy, and he was misled by another little boy, and this is what he said: "Me and you, kid, we go make some cash, robbing old folks and making a dash."
Come on.
Like, they did the job, and money came with ease, but one couldn't stop us. Like he had a disease. He robbed another and another, and a sister and a brother. Tried to rob a man who was a detective undercover.
Jay-Z has been seen at private gatherings over the years. Beyonce has attended events connected to the same social and professional networks. Oprah has publicly praised several figures who are now facing renewed scrutiny. None of this suggests involvement in misconduct, but it does explain why their names continue to surface in the same conversations. In today's online environment, shared spaces alone are enough to trigger attention. 50 Cent has warned that this moment is only the start, stating that more names will eventually come into focus. Since he has already challenged one of the most powerful figures in hip-hop, many believe any next step would involve someone of equal influence. People often ask why 50 Cent is leading this wave of exposure. The answer lies in how he built his career. Unlike others who rely on alliances and access, 50 Cent operates independently. His success in television and business does not depend on approval from industry gatekeepers. That independence gives him freedom others do not have. While many protect relationships and images, 50 Cent has made a reputation for speaking openly. Throughout his career, he has confronted artists, executives, and influential figures when challenged. What sets him apart is his reliance on documentation, public records, interviews, legal filings, and confirmed accounts to support his claims. That approach has earned trust from his audience. He gains little from exaggeration and more from presenting verifiable information directly. In an industry often shaped by quiet agreements and unspoken rules, that transparency carries weight. So when he suggested that figures like Jay-Z and Beyonce should remain alert, the reaction was immediate. Not because of proven wrongdoing, but because people believe he follows through on what he says.
Puff say this in front of a bunch of people in the studio. Me and him got into it that night. And we started snapping and joking and talking to each other. When he said about Danny Kane, he said, they gonna keep on messing with me. Or he said the word effing with me. They gonna keep on effing with me, and I'm gonna when you hear people saying this, this is crazy. This is so crazy right now, because I heard him say it. But to know that he was doing it, it's a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother light right now, bro. He said it. I'ma drug them out and pimp them out to my they keep for me. And he was talking about Danny Kane as a group. He didn't single out any one of them. But to hear that he did it, that's just crazy to me. We had a big argument and we started talking about each other and what had and what he didn't have. He was calling me, yo, you broke cop. This like, you ain't got nothing I ain't got. I got a watch, you got a watch. I got a ring, you got a ring, I got a chain, I got a home. We went through that whole like that. We start talking about his teeth. You understand? I start talking about, him, his breath, everything. We was going at each other. That next day at his house, he said, yo, Gene, he called me upstairs and he said, yo, Gene, I couldn't talk to him like that no more in front of people and everything like that. Cause I know me and Puff go back from the same game since 89, 90 when he got jumped in it. You understand? We go back way to that time. So I knew him. You understand? He was like a little nephew. So when he started talking to him, I said, yo, listen here, bro. You don't say shit about me, I won't say shit about you. If you say something, you open up your mouth about me, I'm going to talk about all your green dentures and all that like that. We're not playing them games, bro. He said, all right, Gene, cool. You understand? People don't understand, bro. The love and the power I had, not only in Harlem, Queens, I had dudes all over New York City, from the Bronx, everybody that had mad love for me because I looked out. You understand? I made sure, if people needed knowledge and information on certain things, they had a lot of people that was on parole that was in the music business. I used to save guys by letting them know their rights and what the people could and couldn't do to them. So I had a lot of genuine love from a lot of dudes. You don't be around a K. Slay for over 20-something years, a Chaz Williams over 20-something years, and be some kind of sucker and was right next to him, doing all their functions, all their situations and everything like that, running security for them, making sure that people were safe in the whole 9 yards. You understand? I had my man Pete, I had people calling me, yo, look out for Nate Dogg when he come to New York. Look out for Mac 10, look out for Exhibit, doing stuff like that, Good Brothers and everything like that. So what I'm trying to say to you is that, bro, is that to be at that type of status and be that type of person and do the things that I did, you understand? I had to have people who were in that lifestyle
have mad love.
At the moment, the biggest question is what this new material actually contains. 50 Cent has not shared specific details, but public discussion suggests it may relate to the same entertainment circles highlighted in the Diddy documentary. That material could take many forms, including behind-the-scenes recordings, security logs, or first-hand accounts describing how certain figures behaved or what they witnessed during private events. It may also touch on business meetings, social gatherings, or conversations that happen away from public view. Importantly, online discussion does not center on claims of misconduct by Jay-Z or Beyonce themselves. Instead, the focus is on what well-connected individuals may have known and how they responded at the time. In the court of public opinion, awareness can carry almost as much weight as direct action. If future material suggests that influential figures were aware of troubling conduct and chose not to speak up, the reaction could be significant, especially as more first-hand accounts continue to emerge. The footage may also shed light on how elite networks operated and how certain relationships helped shape long-standing power structures within the industry. That type of transparency unsettles established influence more than any single allegation. Once broader context becomes visible, alliances that once seemed unbreakable can begin to shift. This is why 50 Cent appears confident about the impact of his next release. He understands that attention is already focused, and he believes the next project could reshape how people view influence and accountability in modern entertainment.
50 Cent has been working on this documentary for almost 2 years. The footage he has is insane. The people he got speaking about Diddy is ridiculous. And on top of that, the only place he agrees to do the interview, Rob, if you can show this, he goes and interviews with ABC, and there's an Instagram post he put up, Rob. I don't know if you have that or not. If you go on his Instagram account, he goes and does the interview about Diddy's documentary on ABC, and they say the reason why he did it on ABC, it's that one right there, Rob, the one you had it on, is because ABC news station is one of only few stations they're allowed to watch in prison. With that smile. So he wants Diddy to know the world is watching you.
Online platforms lit up the moment 50 Cent suggested that Jay-Z and Beyonce should take notice. Reactions were sharp and deeply split. Some viewers felt the comment crossed a line, while others believed he was voicing concerns that have circulated quietly for years. A growing number of people argue that the entertainment industry has long favored a small group of highly influential figures, allowing them to move without challenge. In online discussions, names like Oprah, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Diddy, Tyler Perry, and others are often mentioned together, not as proof of wrongdoing, but as symbols of concentrated influence. Many believe 50 Cent is one of the few figures with enough independence and visibility to question that system openly. The conversation gained momentum as people revisited older stories that now feel connected. Accounts of exclusive gatherings, long-standing professional alliances, careers that faded after uncomfortable moments, performers who raised concerns about compensation, comedians whose perspectives were dismissed rather than addressed. In the public eye, these individual stories are increasingly being woven together into a broader narrative, one centered on influence, protection, and power operating behind closed doors.
Not only did he not pay the cameraman, he didn't even tell his own lawyers. Plus this latest from 50 Cent and Diddy's own mom. Ooh, you gotta watch this one. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor. As all of us around the world realize that the footage from the Netflix special, Diddy, The Reckoning, or The Reckoning, Sean Combs, that footage of Sean came out because he didn't pay the cameraman. Well, it gets even worse. It gets even worse. Backstabbed on camera, Netflix's Diddy documentary reveals mogul secretly taped his defense attorney during case meltdown. He did not tell Agnifilo. Now, I don't know how that works. Let's watch it, because in this moment, you can kind of see he's filming.
Many observers say the timing could not be more significant. The Diddy case is still fresh, public attention is high, and more people feel encouraged to speak openly. Media outlets that once avoided tough questions are now willing to re-examine powerful figures. That shift has created an opening. Whether Jay-Z or Beyonce engaged in wrongdoing is not the issue at this stage. What matters is their place within a larger system that the public is now questioning. When 50 Cent hints that he holds unreleased material, many viewers take him seriously because of his past actions. As things stand, his remarks have introduced a new phase in the ongoing discussion about power in entertainment. His message was brief but impactful, and even without naming anyone directly, audiences quickly linked it to Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Oprah. All three have long-standing ties to influential industry circles, connections to Diddy's network, and histories that critics have debated for years. With reports that additional material may exist, 50 Cent appears ready to reveal more about how influence operates behind the scenes. Moments like this are rare. It is uncommon to see one figure openly challenge multiple high-level power players at the same time. Most people choose caution, most avoid risk, but 50 Cent has taken a different path. After releasing a documentary that already caused widespread discussion, he now seems prepared to continue. Whatever future material may show, whether awareness, silence, or private interactions, one thing is certain. Public attention is fixed, and the stakes surrounding these names have never been higher.
Documentary produced by 50 Cent shows Combs capturing confidential exchanges with his attorney, Mark Agnifilo, who, according to those familiar with the situation, had no idea he was being filmed or recorded. Revelation has ignited a firestorm within the legal community and raised questions about Combs' conduct during one of the most sensitive periods of his legal battle. Is anyone surprised, though? Come on. Netflix documentary featured material shot by the videographer Diddy hired to chronicle his life during what he described as a turbulent time. In the clips, Combs appeared frustrated and angry with Agnifilo and the entire defense team as they discussed his impending arrest. He is heard accusing his lawyers of losing control of the case and mishandling key aspects of his legal defense. Well, I mean, you're guilty on a lot of it, so it was kind of hard for them. They did, I would say, damn good job given the circumstances. Sources close to Agnifilo say he was unaware Diddy had commissioned someone to record the phone calls, much less their private strategy sessions. The inclusion of this footage in a publicly released documentary now places Agnifilo in an uncomfortable and unprecedented position, with conversations that have remained protected suddenly broadcast to the...
Fans are asking whether this could be the turning point for public perception of Hollywood's most influential figures. Some wonder if the next documentary will reshape careers, reputations, and long-standing partnerships. Others see it as a chance to uncover hidden truths. Some fear it could spark chaos. One thing is clear, 50 Cent is far from done. His warning was not casual, it was deliberate. Now the question is simple. When this new material is finally released, will Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Oprah be prepared for the scrutiny that comes with it? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay up to date with the latest updates, hit that subscribe button. Until then, stay informed and keep it real.